eye on all of the different effects that Alfred has had around this part of the country. Southeastern Queensland, northeastern New South Wales, still customers without power, still people cleaning up. But one of the biggest jobs, one of the scars that it's going to leave for perhaps the longest is this coastal erosion we've got along this part of the coast, hundreds of kilometres. So I thought I'd better get an expert. Aaron Salyer is a coastal engineer. Very good morning to you, Aaron.
Yeah, morning, guys.
Welcome to Brekkie.
Yeah, cheers, guys. Thanks for having me. Always a good day to be a beach engineer, especially on the Gold Coast.
Yeah. There are worse places to have as your office.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, talk to me about what's happened here, courtesy of Alfred. I mean, there must be just, I can't even fathom the volume of sand that's missing.
Yes. So, yeah, millions of cubic metres of sand have been eroded from the beach, but erosion is a natural process. Erosion happens all kinds of times. In these kind of extreme events, big wave energy hits the top of the dunes, takes out that sand and actually takes it offshore into the sort of offshore zone, which creates those offshore sandbars. What happens then is that naturally breaks the wave energy, and over time those sandbars will actually start moving back in. So this is a natural process. What's kind of exciting for me as a coastal engineer is to see that, you know, we had 12-metre waves out here just a few days ago, and it's only eroded, you know, slightly, not even all the way back to the worst case scenario here. The Gold Coast has been really prepping for this moment for decades. After the impacts of the cyclones from the 60s and 70s, like the Gold Coast was devastated. You know, properties falling into the road, into the beach, roads falling into the beach. You know, now we're seeing, you know, everything behind us here, you know, intact. So for our point of view, we think that the beaches have really worked as a soft infrastructure to take the brunt of that cyclonic force.
Right, so this is kind of actually what you want to see when the weather's that wild. But now that all of this is carved away, does that leave this part of the coast particularly vulnerable? I mean, what happens if we get another Alfred? I mean, it's still cyclone season until May.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so there is still a bit of sand buffer here, and Surfers Paradise is one of the only places along the strip that doesn't have the dune system in front of it because they've kept it accessible for the tourism sort of spot. But what you'll see if you look either side of Surfers Paradise is these big artificial dune systems. We call them urban dunes. So they've been put in there to really take the brunt. So they still have a lot more volume of sand to go through. But worst case, all of that sand, you know, for whatever reason, does disappear. There is this terminal rock wall. So it's a buried, engineered rock wall that actually goes pretty much the length of the Gold Coast. And that's really the last backstop, the last resort. That's what gives, you know, all these developers the confidence to build these great big structures, you know, so close to the beach because they know there's this, you know, engineered backstop that we can't go past under, you know, pretty much any condition. So we're pretty safe.
That's good. It's going to take months and months for the sand that's out there right now to be slowly brought back onto the beach. You can see people have already started to ease off the cliffs, though, because they've been jumping down and getting down here and feeling pretty comfy about that. I'll be talking with the Mayor of the Gold Coast later on because he's got some plans as well to maybe speed up that recovery. Aaron, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
No worries, guys. Thanks for having me.
Team, back to you.